ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Joe Oriani's podcast. A day late and dollar short. Anyway, today is Thursday, and this should have been on yesterday, but it's been really quite an interesting week around here. Let me start off by saying, first of all, if you need to reach me, it's Joe Oriani, podcast at yahoo.com, or on Twitter, OrianiJoe3. I will be having a website soon, hopefully by January, sometime in January. It's a little expensive, so I'm trying to set that up or find somebody to set it up reasonable for me. I'm looking at books right now. There's somebody here on this who I believe watches this. She wrote a book and the boyfriend did the illustration. I'm going to read it and then promote the book. Everybody needs a little help out there. Now, the reason I played that America the Beautiful is because, first of all, yesterday was election day. Well, Tuesday was election day. I don't know what day it is anymore. Tuesday was election day. And we got the results yesterday. So, for all of you who voted, and for all of you who voted, and the person that you voted for got elected, congratulations. For all the people who voted and the person did not get elected, there's 2 more years coming up, try again. So we get what we got. Now, all I will say to you is that whoever you voted for, if they won, oh God, how do I put this without getting too much trouble? I hope you enjoy it because some are good, some are weird, and some I wouldn't have voted for on the best day of my life. Anyway, that brings me to Mr. Donald Trump. Apparently, I did not like the way he talked about DeSantis. Maybe some of you did, that's fine, but I did not. I think Donald should just go disappear back into the woodwork. Even though I voted for him the first time, I would not vote for him the second time. But then I don't know who the hell I'd vote for anyway. All politicians lie. All politicians say they're going to do something. But as soon as they get in there, they go along the party lines, and that's the end of that. So the Senate isn't decided yet. The House is getting close. That'll probably go Republican. The Senate, I don't know. Anyway, I have to tell you, this week has been interesting. I told you last week that I applied for a job at the Cypress Garden Bowling Alley. And believe it or not, I got it. And believe it or not, I took it. It's part-time for now. Make my own schedule, more or less. I tried to get him to pay me while I bowl, because I bowl 3 days a week, but that didn't fly on anybody's face. And last night, I had the pleasure and honor of bowling in a tournament with people from the United Kingdom. I have to tell you, their sense of humor was great. No matter what you hear about the British, they're not stuffy. They were a lot of fun. They were great to bowl with, and they were great people. And hopefully they all sign on to my YouTube channel. That'd be nice. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. They won the tournaments. We had 3 games. Finished about 6:30 last night. We had free pizza and soda, so my blood sugar was sky high. Now I want to ask you all a question. One of the things we had here, and the reason it's a day late, is because we had a hurricane. Florida hasn't had a hurricane in 125 years in November. So it was a lucky time right after the last one, 3-4 weeks ago. The ground's already soaked. For us here, where I am, it wasn't as bad as it could be. Just a lot of rain, a lot of wind, a few down branches, a couple of trees here and there. Over at Daytona Beach, Cape Canaveral, they got hit with 100-mile-an-hour winds, and it's really bad when Disney doesn't open at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Of course, the workers weren't happy. They had to go in early and stand around, probably do absolutely nothing. I think they finally opened some of the restaurants at 12:45, but from what I'm told, it was deader than a doornail. Of course, you don't advertise you open at 2. Who's going to be there? Now, I have a question for those who have an iPhone. I have an SE 12 or 11 or something like that. My wife's phone died today. It was totally just black. No booting it up, no not holding buttons, nothing would work. We talked to T-Mobile. They sent us to Apple on a phone. And the guy says I would have to drive all the way up to Davenport or all the way to Tampa or all the way to Orlando to get them to work on it and exchange it. Now, you all know I'm going on a cruise after next week, so we didn't have time for this nonsense. So I had to go out and buy my wife a new phone, pay off that one, and make everybody happy. But I just didn't understand why they couldn't. We had a warranty on it. why they couldn't just exchange it because they knew it was dead on the door. And oh no, it takes 3 to 5 days, and you got to make an appointment. It was a bunch of BS. So that I was ready to go to AT&T at that point. Now I have someone who's supposed to be coming on who trains dogs, and that'd be interesting if I can get him on. I send him some of the questions I want to ask, but I'm not the type person to give you all the questions because I don't want you to guess on the answers. I want spontaneous people here. So if you know anybody who wants to be spontaneous and come on and talk about anything, if they wrote a book, if they wrote a love letter, if they just had a hard day at work and they hate their damn job, I know that feeling. With that said, now I have been on for 6 minutes and I haven't said a damn thing that's really important. Oh, I do have something important. Katie, part 2 of Katie, the social worker, I'll be interviewing her Sunday morning, 10:30 my time. I think it's 11:30 her time, something like that. Hopefully she gets on early so I can go ahead and have to go to work at the bowling alley. So Katie, if you're watching this, which I hope you are, I hope you subscribe. You are a star. I will have a list of questions because I have a lot of questions for women to help them. Now, another question for those of you on Twitter, are you going to pay $8? I'd be really curious about that. Anybody going to pay $8 so they know they're $8 a month? It's not even $8 a year. It's $8 a month to make sure you're legit thinking about it. But I think after I get my website, I want to see how that goes. Now, I talked to my wife. I am thinking of taking my computer and my microphone and all this stuff onto the cruise so that I could still do a podcast from a ship. Maybe a couple of them, I can go ahead and tape them each day and have a whole bunch when I come back. But we shall see about that. I don't think I want to pay for the internet package. I'm a cheap bastard, but what the hell. Now, last night, a funny thing with the people from United Kingdom was that they kept winning all the they were good bowlers. At the end of the second set of games, they were beating the Americans by 75 pins. Needless to say, they beat us the last games. It was absolutely, totally awful. But again, they were really nice people. We took some pictures. There was a professional bowler there from the United Kingdom. I don't know her name. I forgot. She's 45 or 49 years old, and she's voted the best bowler in England. I tried to get her to come on, but apparently if you're famous or you're a celebrity, you have contracts, you just can't show up on and talk to somebody. But I did try. Now, tomorrow morning I'm going to start, and my job at the bowling alley is basically to be on a concourse, chat with people, maybe wipe down a table or two. But I will tell you right now, point blank, if you come to that bowling alley, I am not your damn mother. Clean up your own mess. So I can see how long this is going to last. But I am looking forward to the cruise. My only other problem with the job is that come January, half of January, I won't even be in Florida. But I haven't told them that yet, and I will eventually, sometime in December. I would like to go back to Disney at the end of January, beginning of February. But the only place I would go to Pizza Rizzo's because that's all I want. And the hours are great. I know people there. And depending on how things go, I will start out part-time. And if things go and I get a good sense of that I can advance, I don't mean a trainer. I don't even really mean a coordinator too much advance. Then at that point, I will go full-time. I have surgery coming up in April for my spine. I'll have that taken care of. I'll be out a couple of weeks, but I'll still do my podcast with or without guests. Again, I don't understand why people think so bad of themselves, they're afraid to talk to me. I had one guy who was going to do it. He was an international banker, but then he changed his mind. I said, why? He said, I just changed my mind. Okay, fine. What, do you want to buy the mob or something? He said, no, he just don't want to do it. That's great. I'm waiting for another guy to come on. Hopefully I'll get hold of him before I go. And he worked in a major grocery chain up north. I don't know the name of it, so I don't want to say it just yet. And if I can get him on and see how that was. He was up there, vice president or something. And he's also a great carpenter, from what I was told. And he's really a good bowler, like 3,300 games or something ridiculous like that. I can't even get a 200 game these days. And if I do, we're going to have a national parade. Now, today was again, the weather's absolutely beautiful here in Florida. I know that storm is going to turn into a northeaster and head up north, but I think they should count their blessings. It's not cold and going to turn into a real snow event. So it's going to be rain. We didn't have much lightning with it. Nothing. Now, this book I'm going to read is about a cat. I don't know the whole story. I glanced at it yesterday, but I will be taking care of that next week or two. And if anybody has any books they want me to review, I will gladly do it, even if they're not yours. And I will be honest. I know my book I wrote, Court and Support, Oh My, or Oops, I'm the Other Guy, sucked, but it got published. And I don't know where it is on Amazon. It's down there in Amazon world someplace. Oh, it was light. It's getting out of me. Jeez, the place is haunted. Oh, look better that way. So anyway, that is a deal. I've been on for 12 minutes now. I'm keeping track of this because I want to know. And that is why I started out the way I did. I am going to put a song at the end so I can get a little time stressed on this. But I am so looking forward to having some more guests. Talking to yourself, come take you away after a while. I need an audience. I did put in for some people, for guest speakers that wrote books, they're famous people, so I don't even know if they'll bother with me. But if they do, we'll get them on and I will read their book and then interview them. I don't want to have somebody on I know nothing about if they wrote something important. There's a lot of doctors, things like that. It's a thing I set up for. Then I'm going to get out some business cards. Then I'm going to go around to the businesses and see if I can make some money because my donation is not coming through here. I can't even get people to subscribe. I had 240 hits the other day and nobody subscribed. It's free, folks. Hit the button. It will help me quite a bit. So anyway, with that being said, now that I dropped the light, it's on me and it's hot. It's late at night. I want to get this done because I spent the day at the bowling alley and then the stupid T-Mobile all day. And that wasn't really thrilling. Spending $500. Just good thing I won some at the bowling alley last week. That took care of that. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope everybody is safe. And remember, if you're not laughing, you are not living. And to my English friends, if you subscribe, welcome. With that, I'm going to get us a song and see what we can do.